Hello! A very happy good paint morning to you people. Oh! We're hearing ourselves.
That's what we're hearing.
We're hearing ourselves. I was like,
we
what
should have
just
Twitch
happened?
muted.
Am I looking into the future? Silver says, I'm so mad at you two
Here's
right
the thing,
now.
we don't
Why?
have
because
the
of
game.
this? We don't have the game.
We have this.
To be fair,
That's
this
all
is
we
the
have.
only part of the game we have. But it's a cool part. Cool minis. I mean, they should be called, they're so big they should be called biggies.
I'm gonna go put some sugar in this bad boy.
Oh, I forgot that. I did not sugar that coffee.
Although you've gotten me so used to taking the first sip without it that I'm like, you know what? I could get used to this. I'm not going to and I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I could.
It'd be fine. Mad with jealousy and love. Yeah, man. These are pretty cool minis. Which leads me to believe it'd be a pretty cool game to use these minis in, because they're pretty gnarly. I've got this cool like skeleton claw person who's got like an arm slung over his shoulder and a sword through him. He don't care because he's a skeleton. I was reading my fanboy post on Discord for this game. I have not read that, but I did read your very sweet exchange on Twitter, your Twitter thread the other day. They're not that many Dutch. I mean, dude, like, here's my head. I have a big head for comparison. Pretty big. They're half my head. They're half a head. We measure minis in head now, so it's half a head. Yeah, so we're going to paint these over the next 2 weeks. Nick's going to paint this sea monster thing, which is really cool. It's got like all these like plates of
It's got chitin. Which, by the way, up until like 6 months ago, I thought that was pronounced chitin. Yeah. I always pronounced it chitin while reading.
I think learned while working at Kids Space.
Probably, because what? Like beetles have like chitin, right?
Yeah. I was like, oh, chitinous. Chitin.
Still not definitely die big, but on average they're huge. Yeah, these are this like
Pretty big.
If we painted this to completion, this would be the biggest mini I've ever painted.
You haven't really painted many big minis.
No,
Maybe
because
was the Dragon Dog the next biggest, you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. But that is so significantly larger than anything else I've ever painted.
Not
Again, it's the size of most of our hands.
Takes most of my hand. We are minis compared to giants. You ever think about that? Dang. Whoa. I like that.
Dang.
It has war-mounted whales. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I'm into that. That's
Not sure the last Kickstarter I was this hyped for. Bloodborne probably.
Oh yeah, you were hyped for Bloodborne.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know much about the Kickstarter. Honestly, we looked at it a little bit, but Gen Con and Sea of Legends talk to each other, and this is kind of like, even when we move the channel, this is the second to last stream on Gen Con's channel for mini painting. Then we're switching our own stream, and we kind of want to do this, like maybe have it sponsored by some Kickstarters, be like, hey, we'll paint your minis, da-da-da-da. That's kind of
cool stuff for us to paint.
One of the ideas, because a lot of Kickstarters have really cool minis. I don't think either of us really wants those games for the most part, but I'm like, I'll paint a couple of your minis if you want to send them to us. Like, I'd love
But
to.
then if we got them all painted, it'd be cool to play like a super painted up version of these giant games.
It would be cool. I don't have too much stuff. David's the one who backs all those games.
I know. We do have kind of our source to all these.
You smell it?
Primer. It's primed real good. Smells like it's been well primed.
Indeed.
That's how you can tell it's been well primed. Like a melon, you gotta listen to it. You gotta smell the mini to know when it's ready to paint.
And then when you're all done, you send them to Slivers. Slivers, if you want these, when we're done, we'll send them to you.
If they don't have to go anywhere else,
yeah,
if they like them,
we might need to send them back. Yeah,
send these to you.
If these are ours to keep, yeah, we'll send them to you. Okay,
100%.
I don't need this.
100%.
We're not. Boop 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 boop. So we're gonna paint these over the next 2 weeks. I will warn y'all right now, we will not finish them.
I'm a super fast painter, bro.
They are massive. For us to finish these to like even tabletop standard would take probably 4 weeks because they're so big. We have both gotten faster, so maybe not even 4 weeks. It wouldn't take us 3 weeks. But so what we're gonna try and do is
they're pretty big. This guy's got so many belts on.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, he's gonna be easier to paint. I'm like, I don't think he is gonna be easier to paint. This guy is way more straightforward.
I made a mistake.
Do you want to switch?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying. He's big. It's got lots of.
Okay, cool. So we'll check that. Yeah, it's on Discord. I think I saw you that you did that. But yeah. So actually, let's just go over here because we are going. Where is it? Is it this one?
Huh?
Hey! Oh, you're thinking.
Did I shift? Oh, I was like, what happened? What am I looking at?
So these are the Monstars.
Monstars.
So Mikey has him a little skeleton guy who's got like a bunch of old kind of armor on,
like,
which is super
wearing
cool.
Old timey. Yeah, it's super cool. You look at the ruff and stuff. It's a super awesome look.
Very cool. And then I got just this big old sea dragon monster thing, very tentacle-y, Cthulhu face mouth. It's probably got a mouth somewhere in there. I don't really know where, honestly. But nonetheless, these are the minis we're going to be painting. So we're going to try something new because we only have 2 more weeks with these before we move to our own channel. We won't be painting these at that point. So, like, we want to try and get as far as we can. So we're going to do a bit of experimenting, and I don't entirely know if it's going to work. I just want to point that out now. So basically, it's
experimentation time.
What is called Zenithal Priming with Zenithal highlights, and I've talked about this many times where people talk about, like, I don't know where to put my highlights and my shadows. Well, I always say do Zenithal Priming then, because it will help you. Now, this is Zenithal Priming. So the first thing you do is prime the entire model in black. And you can see black is all it needs. You prime the entire thing in black, and then you prime the rest of the mini at a 45-degree angle. At a 45-degree angle in like a mid-tone gray, and then you prime directly from above with pure white. So you can see directly from above, especially on him, you can see it's 100% white. Directly from below, you can see it's basically 100% black. And then when you look at it like this, you see the full spectrum. And this basically what it does is it shades your minis with you out having to do anything. And at the very, very least, it gives you a guide. It gives you a guide on where to put your highlights, where to put your lowlights. So what I'll do you spray it on. You can do it
with primer, spray primer.
In our Discord, in the mini painting channel, I actually kind of go through this in depth, and I also put a video on there that shows how my favorite YouTube painter does it. And you can do it. I do it with an airbrush, but you can also do it with a normal spray can. It's not as refined with a normal spray can, but you can actually do it. Because my thing is, like, the very, very least, they just look cooler like this.
Yeah.
Like, you can just do this with your minis. Cool. It's kind of like putting a wash on them, but better.
Paul Hammond, come here.
Oh, yeah. So what then I would do if I was worried, I generally don't Zenithal Prime. I just kind of go. I probably should do this, honestly, because what I would do is do the Zenithal Priming and then take a picture from here, 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 here, all the way around. That way I have references, and then I can just have them up on my computer, up on my phone, and so I go like, where is this part supposed to be bright? And I can literally look exactly where I'm supposed to put my shadows and highlights. Question, can you apply a wash on top of this and call it done? Or is this not needed if you do a wash?
Probably to your however you like.
I don't think you necessarily need to wash this. If you were going to wash this, I would really thin it down. Because like there's all these like little, like, say, oh boy, here he's got all these bumpy bumps on top of his head right here. The wash would make those stand out a little bit more, but even then they stand out with this kind of priming anyway. So you probably don't really need
like
it.
The texture and detail with the priming.
And you say, is this not needed if you do a wash? This isn't really needed if you do a wash. Like if you have just a gray mini and you're going to wash it and just leave it like that, I would do this or that. I personally think this looks better because this is an accurate way of shading. Washes are going to shade the deepest recesses no matter where they are on the mini.
Just uses gravity.
Even if they're in the dead of light. Like, that's the thing is like so much of it, like you see like in here, there's like some highlights in there.
Yeah.
But down in here, a wash is going to shade up in here the same as it's going to shade right here. So to me, it's not going to give you, it's going to look better, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to give you really an accurate highlight. This gives you an accurate highlight if you're presuming that the light source is coming directly from above. If the light source is coming at it like this. This is going to give you an accurate highlight. See, in terms of accurate highlight, then you can just wash it. And it looks great. But it won't, kind of make it, to me, this just looks better. So, but that's my personal opinion on it.
Yeah.
And so that's what a Zenithal highlight, Zenithal Prime is. So now what we're going to use is for these, at least for the base coat, what's it?
So it taught you everything you know.
Mikey taught me everything I know.
You should be proud.
About peanut butter. So you love peanut butter.
Dude, it's so good. Why did you bring up peanut butter? Oh, man. No, I want that. Dang it. Peanut butter on an Eggo waffle. I would make an Eggo waffle PB&J hard right
That'd
now.
be okay. You're living that crook life right there, dude. So what we're
Get
gonna
away
do
with eating like that. That's a problem.
Yeah, dude, that could gain weight if you wanted to,
Damn
man.
him.
I know. Did I mention I'm excited for Sea of Thieves? I bet.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. So what we're gonna try to do is we're actually gonna use contrast paints for the expediency,
right?
Because contrast paints kind of shade and highlight on their own. At least for the base coat, we're gonna highlight it.
This sort of paint wash.
I'm sorry, for the base coat, we're gonna contrast paint it. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a paint wash. So now here's the thing. I don't know how contrast paints will work with Zenithal highlights. My brain tells me they'll work fine, but they might not. I don't entirely know, because contrast paints are kind of a way to do, like, they're kind of like wash painting, as Mikey just said. So it might look bad, and if it looks bad, we'll switch it next week. But my hope is that we can contrast paint them so that we can get our whole base coat done today, and then next week we can work on trying to do like quick and dirty highlights.
My only wonder is, will it? This is primed down here, but it's black, like Nick said. Will anything show up on there?
Not much, but here's the thing, Mike. It's not supposed to show up in there because it's black.
Oh, that's how light works.
Now again, it's like you
blew my mind with that, bro. Woohoo!
So again, here's the thing. It will show up a little bit, but that's what you want. You want to show up. That's the whole point. Is
See much in the dark, idiot.
Exactly. Like the underbelly of the dragon dog thing is very, very dark, and I left it very, very dark because there's no light down there.
Dudes.
Now, to be fair, Mikey,
what?
There is light down there because the light would bounce off the ground and light up the underbelly. But it's
How is he doing it? How does he do it? That blew my mind.
Yeah.
Woo! That was awesome.
So that's the whole thing. No, not much will show up in there, but good.
That's awesome.
That's the whole point.
So brilliant.
So it'll have subtle color. Exactly. You want subtle color, essentially.
And they put stuff in a real smart way.
So, question, chat. I'll let you decide. My sea dragon thingy here has this kind of chitin, this kind of plate armor stuff. What color do you want this to be? Mike's got a skeleton, so he's probably gonna make a skelly color. Although you have a ton of other stuff.
What color should his rough be?
Yeah. So, like, what do you want this to look like? I'll let y'all choose. I don't care.
He's got a lot.
We have a pretty wide range of
armor.
contract, purple and teals. Becca, you're speaking my heart, girl.
Yeah, that will be.
Speaking my heart.
That's
I love teal. I love purple. I love orange.
Like purple and stuff.
I love teal and hot pink, and I love purple and orange. Those are my colors that I love. Those are my four colors. Boy, when were pirates ever settled? Never. And that's the fun.
Boy.
Hey, boy.
Okay, so for me, I got to figure out like the clothing items, I guess, where I can get colorful. But he's wearing a lot of armor. Like this is all. Would you say that this like bit right here, this like thing, is that
it seems like it's a rough
fabric?
Seems
Okay,
like
it says fabric, but then this is armor.
That's also one thing with like some minis. You're gonna be like, I just got to decide what this is because I honestly don't know.
This guy is really neat. This person, I'll say, I don't know if it's a guy or what.
He's cool. That's a cool.
Everything is like asymmetrical. Nothing matches. Like it's a piecemeal. Everything.
That's why that dude
like,
is.
They picked up stuff and put it on as they want.
This guy again is pretty simple. He's got his plate armor, his big tentacle body. You know, some more plates in here. His weird little T-Rex arms. You know, and his big Cthulhu things. But that's pretty much it. Oh boy, yeah, it's like a skeleton conquistador. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like, 100%. Right? Does he have a puffy shirt? It kind of looks like he has the remnants of a puffy shirt.
Well, there's like just this little bit though, and the rest is it's kind of under.
So
that's
the thing is like that dude's got a lot, and he's also belt city.
Is a bit. I know he's got 1, 2, 3 belts right there. Crazy.
So so teals and what was it? Purples.
There's a belt buckle right here. Why so many belts?
So my curiosity.
I don't even know where to begin.
I need to grab some paper towels.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're
good. Yeah, so I've got like some armor here. This would be armor. That's armor. Got this little foot, like a Birkenstock for battle Birk. Helmet, little axe and sword action. And then literally so many belts. So many belts, it's crazy. I'm sure that link won't work, but I tried.
It did work, actually.
Yeah, it's showing up on our end. I don't know if it goes anywhere, but that might be, if it works, where you can go to see some stuff about Sea of Legends, which is what we're painting once again if you're just joining us.
And thank you, Sea of Legends, for sending us these minis.
Cheers. Appreciate you.
Came all the way from, I think, Greece, from everywhere. They're from far away. They're not from here.
Far away.
Far away. Lars, where are you from?
He rolls up on him. Far away. Okay. And you hear the drone outside. That's the landscaping. Okay.
Okay, so
this is where I get this is my lockup point with painting now.
Dude, that's that's
life.
everyone's lockup point with painting.
Where do I start?
Just pick one, dude. I would say all the metal parts don't do with contrast paints. Do that with normal
I'm not
paint.
gonna do that. So I was kind of identifying stuff that I'm not gonna have to paint right now.
There's another purple somewhere. Where is it?
But I don't know, man. I guess
You got you. Have the chat choose for you where to start.
What do I
That's
start
what I
with?
always do. I'm punting this decision to you.
Sliver says that's the Sea of Legends Kickstarter preview page launching May 5th. Yes, so we're painting it today. We're painting, and then next Wednesday, and it's all to hype up the Kickstarter that launches on the 5th.
Exactly. That is the whole purpose. His belts. His many belts, Mike.
Yeah, I'm into that. Becca says, Mike, for your neck ruffles, I would do like a white and then a dirty brown wash to make it grody.
Are we missing? I thought we had two purples. I don't know. Oh, yeah, sorry. We have this right. I was like, I forgot. The other purple's super dark. So the two purples we have, so the contrast paints we are somewhat limited. But I got Magos purple and Shayush purple. Shayush purple is super dark.
Do snakebite leather for these belts.
Snakebite leather. So I'm probably gonna do the lighter purple because the dark purple I think is really dark.
Sliver says there's also an event card called Competitive Footsie in Sea of Legends. Oh, so this is a pervert game. This game's for perverts. All right, I see. Competitive Footsie. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, the Shayush purple is super dark, so I'm definitely not using that.
That's
Make sure to
awesome.
give those a good shaky too.
Yeah, I was just doing.
They tend to be very glossy if you don't shake them.
Sorry.
Mike just punched me in the head.
Sorry
Just
about
want to put that one out there. Drop dangs in chat for Mike punching Nick in the head.
Yeah.
Dang.
Also, if you're at it and you're new and you're watching this, but you don't know who we are the Brothers Murph, and we would love it if you give us a follow on our own channel, which you can see there at the bottom, twitch.tv/Brothers Murph. If you give us a follow, you'll see an alert pop up.
And some fat beats by
Some
DJ
fat
Mike
beats.
Murphy.
Yeah, man. By DJ Murph.
All right, we're going for it.
All right, what's this looking like? Okay.
How are we all of a sudden blown out? We weren't blown out a bit ago.
Well, the sun has changed, you understand? All right. I'm so scared.
Yeah, so
First mark is the hardest.
yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
This is one big experiment, friends.
That's the thing is like this may, I want to let y'all know, this may look terrible.
Guess what, Nick? If it does,
Who cares?
paint right over.
That's right, baby.
You taught me that. You taught me that, boy. You made me proud. So far, so good. How you doing? How you looking?
I'm doing all right. So now again, the kind of the point of trying this is that the contrast paints, for the most part, there's some that are more opaque than others, but the contrast paints are relatively. I'm actually not using my process. Even a terrible paint job looks better than a big gray blob. I totally agree. All right, Dutch. We'll see you later, bro.
Hi, Dutchie. Dutchie Yodes.
So it's like contrast paints are pretty transparent for the most part. So that's kind of the whole point of the zenithal shading is like we want it to be. We want that transparent paint to show the shading through it, which hopefully will limit the amount of shading that we have to do. That is the hope, at least. What's up, Magma?
I mean, I will say it is cool so far with the parts where you've primed gray or black to white, and as you're painting the same thing, you just see it naturally change color.
Yeah.
Like as the shake. I mean, I think your theory is pretty sound.
Yeah, my worry is that at least like the Magus Purple here is really transparent.
Mm-hmm.
So my only worry is that it's going to be too transparent.
You think you'll have to do multiple layers?
I think I might have to, at least of this, do multiple layers because it's very, very transparent.
So if you did Zenithal Priming and we're just painting normally, would that affect the color and tone? Or is it you would do that and take pictures simply for a reference?
It can be both. It's up to you, really. So yeah, like I said, it's up to you essentially. Sleaford is wet today and saved me water in the pants and vegetables. That's good. It's nice to hang out and watch some painting during lunch. I'm glad, Panic.
Hey, it's lunchtime there. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
How are you even hungry? It's only 9 o'clock.
But so it depends on how you paint or how you're painting that specific thing. So what a lot of people do with Zenithal highlights, some people just use it as a guide, but most people don't. Most people use it as a painting technique, and what that painting technique will be is you will paint on you'll prime on your Zenithal Priming.
Yeah.
Then after that, then you paint on with really thin paints.
Really, really thin paints.
Really thin paints. Very thin pancakes.
Spragma says, does this mean you'll be playing Sea of Legends next? No. Not in this instance. We don't have the game, unfortunately. We just have the minis.
We got a couple minis.
But
2 minis, and that's it.
I'd be down to try it, for sure.
Yeah.
We only have the minis.
But yeah, so then people will paint on with really thin paints, and those really thin paints will then show the Zenithal Priming through it.
Okay.
So you can do it that way. I generally don't. I like to control my own highlights. If I ever do it, I'm just doing it as a reference.
Okay.
But like I said, generally,
so different folks,
I
different
don't
strokes.
prime. I don't do Zenithal Priming. I just prime in white and then paint. I almost never do this. But again, I wanted a guide for this because these are very intricate models, especially yours. And I kind of was like, it's sometimes hard, like, God, where do I put the highlights and low? Especially something like that, where especially because he's kind of like hunched over like this. Like this one's pretty obvious. The underbelly here is going to be black. With him, it's less obvious because of the fact that like he's humanoid. So it's like there's a lot of angles in humanoid things, and so it's like it's kind of hard to tell. So especially what a lot of people use Zenithal Priming for is like something like a cloak. Like something like a cloak, you can do a Zenithal Prime, have really thin colors on it, and then it'll kind of shade the whole thing for you in a really cool way. And so the answer is both. It just depends on what you want to do. I almost never use it this way. I like to build up my highlights over like way too many layers.
Well, because you're a highlighting kind of guy.
I like
That's your favorite part of painting.
It's my favorite part.
It's the most terrifying thing on the planet, says I. But I'm but a noob.
I am but a noob.
I am but a noob.
Well, it's kind of like board games, you know. When you start out playing board games, you only want to play stuff you know because learning new games is intimidating.
Absolutely.
But I feel like once you become like one of the big like switches into like, I don't want to say like a real gamer, but you know what I mean. Just like the kind of like, man, you really are like, this is a real hobby that you love.
Now, yeah.
Is like the love of learning new stuff starts kind of taking over, and that is, I feel like when you're like, board games got you now.
Board game done got you. Spragma, have you played this as well? Sea of Legends? Are you hyped? Are you on the hype train?
Are you as hyped as Slivars?
I know. Who out there's hyped for Sea of Legends, man? Get up.
Seems cool. I like pirate games. I honestly wish there were more pirate games. It's a theme that I've always been surprised. Yeah, that has never been used much as pirates.
It's used. It's not used enough. It's weird because pirates are so fun.
Yeah, and it can be like a more serious game. It can be like a more fun, kind of crazy game. It's like it can really go so many different areas.
Pop off in chat. Like, what are some good like swashbuckling games? Like, it's a swashbuckler of a game. So that would be fantastic.
Yeah, so there's not that many. And my thing is, it's like you can do any mechanic on top of it because it can be like a trading game. It can be
Sure.
like a pick 'em but deliver game, and there are ones like that. But it's like that new game, Pirates, is a racing game.
Yeah.
Thanks, lawnmower.
Thank you.
It's like that's a racing game, and it's like you could totally do a racing game. You can do like a straight up fighting game, like Rum and Bones. Like you can do kind of everything,
Right.
which is pretty cool. So one thing that this contrast paint is doing well is it's really getting these I don't know what they're called, little knobby bits.
I think that's a scientific term.
Yeah, little
Noblums.
Little
Called
noblums. The noblums are standing out pretty good.
Nobbins. You gotta get the nobbins. Nobbins, goblins.
So I'm painting this on this pure black. I don't know if it'll actually show up, but we're going to do it anyway.
Just so you can say, hey, see all those black parts? Painted those.
I painted that. I did that with these hands.
Pretty cool. You can't see it.
Alrighty, so that's the first layer of contrast. Did I? I did not. Paint on there. So, what we so that's going on okay. The thing with contrast paints, and I have a hunch that this will be kind of the case, is it's going to be hard for everything to not look kind of super pastel-y.
Pastel-y.
Because you're never going to have like really strong colors. You're always going to have kind of like a whitened down color because of your priming. Because even if, especially if you're using the GW priming, you're using either Wraithbone, which is like kind of like a brownish, very, very, very light tan, or you're using Gray Seer, which doesn't have a link, but it's essentially a very, very light bluish gray. So you're always going to be primarily white. And if you look at my thing here, it's like it reads as purple for sure, but it is
whitish.
There's a lot of white showing through because that's what the undercoat is. So
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
well, so again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just we haven't used these much, so I'm just kind of
Spectrum not played Sea Legends, but looks fun though.
okay. Slivers dropping Sea of Legends. Okay, two things that are totally new for me with Sea of Legends. One, there's an NPC deck, and each card has two sides: a lover side and a rival side. At the beginning of the game, you receive two random NPC cards and decide which will be your lover and which will be your nemesis. That's cool.
That's really cool.
There are several separate NPC factions which will come out onto the board throughout the game. The players control these NPCs and can fight them, move them, and have them fight another player and or fight each other. Each of these NPC factions have their own win condition, which results in all players losing. That does sound interesting. I'm not gonna lie. That does sound cool.
That's cool. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Those belts look good.
I'm pretty happy with it, man.
Now, are you seeing any of is the Zenithal highlighting helping, working?
Yes.
Is it?
So, like, if you see here, like, this one's, like, a really good one example. So you start off...
Yeah, that's
nice
kind of the
and
perfect
light here.
spectrum right there.
Then as you go, it changes that. And I didn't change anything about how much paint I was using or the stroke,
Okay,
but it
that works.
absolutely has worked for the brown.
Huh, okay, cool.
Which is really neat. I'm actually really happy with that.
Yeah, see, I think I have to do two coats because this Mongoose Purple is really, really thin and transparent. Mm-hmm. I think yours is kind of a mid one where it's got mid transparency, so it's showing the Zenithal highlights through more subtly than this one is. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll also see once this dries, but this actually looks okay. You know what looks better than? Gray.
Better than an unpainted blob. It's got a little bit of rough on his hand here.
So that, however, in Spracknell tested this, even though there's lots to do in bite-sized quests each turn, the turns are fast and the actions are pretty resolved. Cool. I mean, I like Pirates, so I'm pumped about the game. I'm pumped about the theme. And again, I don't know if Steve Ledge is watching, but thanks. Will you paint the lower chitin pieces purple too? I'm thinking about it. Well, I don't know. You tell me, Bex. You're the one who said purple and teal. So I now have these back chitin pieces here, but then I have like these pieces, which they look almost like armor, and then there's like these kind of front spiky pieces. What do you want? Do you want the whole... I was going to paint these ones purple because they kind of follow the same line as these ones. But do you want them to be different? Do you want them to be here? I was planning on painting his body teal. At least, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really have a plan, and I'm kind of intimidated by this mini. But I also don't... I wanted to have some... Hi, Sassy Queen. What's up, Zen?
Yo!
I also wanted to have some diversity of color. I don't really want, like, all the armor to be purple, all the body to be teal, because then it'll be just two-tone, and it'll be kind of difficult to make that look cooler. But at the same time, I don't want, like, each tentacle a different color either. So it's probably that's probably what we're going to have to do. I don't know. What do you want? You tell me, Bex.
You tell me!
The contrast paint's actually looking pretty cool. I'm still going to do another coat because I want it to be darker. Snake bite leather.
Snake bite.
Been using those headphones every day. What headphones, Zen? Oh, you got headphones. Yeah, that's right. You guys were talking about headphones.
Yeah, some recommending picks.
And now, granted, next week, we're going to keep working on these. So the thing is, like, even though we're using contrast paints, we're still going to be highlighting to a degree, you know, so it's like, it's not just going to be like one base coat of contrast paints and that's it. Although, again, this would probably look pretty good, especially with the Zenithal Priming. It'll probably look fine like that. But we're going to spend 2 whole weeks on it. 4 whole hours on these. You trying to find more belts?
Yeah. Well, there's like, you know, the armor
Belt hunt
gets... but yeah, I mean, like this one I realized is actually the same as this up here.
Oh, is that right?
Just comes underneath.
And we hope, everyone, that this camera looks a little bit better because we're actually started streaming. If you weren't in our stream last night, we started streaming with our DSLR as our down camera, so it's nice and crisp and clear. And then today, we have our 2 webcams here. So we were like, oh, let's have the DSLR be our face cam today. So I probably just accentuates how bad we look in the morning. But hopefully, we look nice and clear. And just generally better. The whole plan eventually is to get nothing but nice cameras.
Oh, yeah. Full on 4K, baby.
I don't know if Bex is typing something out or what, but while she's doing this, I'm trying to think, like, what teals... I think I might have like 1 teal. I would like to have
a 2 teal.
Other option. I don't think I will. Because one thing I haven't really done is like mixed up contrast paints. Done like I'm gonna do this one and this mixed.
Can you
like
mix paints?
Yeah, of course.
Contrast paints. Those are some straps I got so far.
That's actually looking pretty darn good. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually looking really good. Huh. That's cool that the Zenith thing is working in that.
It's totally working on the brown. It looks really great.
That's rad. And then it's like, DSLR's nice for detail, yeah. What if you use teal as a highlight, the spikes teal, and then maybe dry brushing teal on the end? Thanks. Mouth of the tentacles. I don't know, it's giving me deep sea vibes, and I love the bioluminescent glow that those weird fishy give off. Interesting. So, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I like that idea. Interesting. Okay, we can try that. So I'm gonna do the rest of the chitin in that purple. Then I gotta figure out just right beneath our veil. I gotta figure out.
They're actually mowing the carpet in this room.
They are actually mowing the carpet in this room. No, you're good, Bex. Don't worry about it. I gotta figure out what color I'm gonna do these tentacles.
Tentacles?
Now I can have them be like gray. I would still put a contrast paint over it to smooth it out a little bit, but I can have them be gray, which would then accentuate the chitin a lot.
Idea.
Yeah, I might do that.
Make the chitin pop.
Yeah, that's kind of the.
Pop.
That's kind of the.
Make that chitin pop.
Because the problem is, my always go-to is I want them to be the brightest thing ever.
100%.
I want everything to be just neon. That's how I like to paint stuff. So it's like my idea is like purple things, bright orange tentacles, and it's like, don't do that. That's a terrible idea. And so
it's a very cool idea. It's just a very specific idea.
Or you know what I would love to do? Maybe like a gray, like a bluish gray would be nice.
Yes. A little bit of color, but
a little bit of color. Okay, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that one out in a bit. Let's do the rest of this chitin. So there's more information on Sea Legends posted in the Brothers Murph Discord. Okay, cool.
Cheers, Liz. Appreciate you. What should I do for the skelly bits?
Are you going for overhead recording? Yeah, we use our DSLR for all of our filming, but we just don't use it. We didn't have the ability to stream with it until recently, and so we decided to go for it, and it is quite a bit nicer. What were you saying, Mikey?
What should I do for the skelly bits in terms of color?
There is like a skeleton thingy. We've done skeletons before with contrast paints. Yeah, it's called like skeleton horde or something like that.
Oh, don't remember.
There is a skeleton.
Apothecary White.
Apothecary White.
I imagine it's... I don't know. I guess I'll go...
Yeah, it's kind of
skeleton horde, yeah.
Yeah, but I was like...
Kind of dark, though, no?
One that might be set on the bottom. Should give it a shake. That actually may be the case. And then two, I mean, I don't know. Test it. Test it on like the back of one of his legs or something like that. Also, you can put it on here. You can tell how dark it is from here.
Tips and tricks with Nick.
Tips and tricks with Nick.
I appreciate you. You know what I want badly, says Slivers? I do not. What do you want?
Taco Bell.
Oh, man. A pirate dragon. Dude, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
It's like a little pirate's hat.
I would paint. So if you ever find one, give it to me. I'll paint it for you.
Like a sea dragon. That'd be really cool.
As Dave Phillips, if he was here, going to test. So sometimes we're just like, I just want to paint this, but I don't want it. Give me your copy. I'll paint it for you.
Yeah, right.
Like I say, here's kind of the real test, because all this kind up here was basically pure white. So now we're here, down here, we're getting into like the dark stuff. We're going to see how this behaves down here.
Just made a mistake.
What'd you do? Did you put it in there?
Taste contrasting.
Oh man, those flavors are really contrasting with each other.
I went so far away. There wasn't like much on, but it was one.
That's why my thing is over here, dude. I'm like, I need to be so.
My brush was like pretty much dry.
That's why I like to use my hipster mug because it has the top on it.
I know.
Because my thing is when I have a con for my thing, it's on my drawing table because I don't want it anywhere near. That's so funny. Oh, Mikey, you're a mini painter now, baby.
Oh, man.
Welcome to the club, baby. Drinking some paint water, man.
Drinking paint with the Murphs on.
Everyone drop Bing Bongs in chat for Mike drinking paint water right now. That's so funny. Like, not a pirate dragonborn, but a real dragon that has decided to be a full-blown pirate, complete with a parrot. So my thing is...
That would be amazing.
Okay, that's interesting.
Thank you, Zen. I appreciate you.
Paint coffee still good. Still tastes like coffee. That's all that matters.
It does. I mean, it tastes more coffee than paint.
That's the thing, right? You won't be able to notice. It probably won't kill you.
All right, so let's see. I guess that's lighter than I thought. We're gonna go for it. I just get a little mix in with thing. Although, it's not like the belts are that.
So that's how we're looking so far. This is actually now that the contrast paints up here are drying. Again, it's a little too see-through, so I want to put another coat on it, but the color is actually pretty cool. And again, what I like is that, again, it's making the little, what do we call these? Knobbles? It's making the knobbles stand out, which is something that...
Nobbins?
Nobbins, that's what it is. It's making the nobbins stand out, which is something that we... that a wash would do. That it does these kinds of things pretty darn well. So this also does that.
I'm paint your knees.
I'm a chameleon. What are you?
Painting the knees. It's not that bad.
Oh, that's nice. That's a really good one. That's a really good.
With the Zenithal highlight, it makes it pretty skeleton-y looking, which is cool.
Yeah. Please, sir, can I have another?
Please, sir.
Can I have some more paint water, sir?
Please, sir, can I have some paint water? Well, not some paint water. Oh, God.
Oh, God, you broke it.
Oh, no, I've broken it. Oh. What's everyone getting up to this Wednesday? Me, after this, I'm going to Costco.
Yeah, you are.
Get another 2-week supply.
2-week supply.
Noshables.
Mega noshables.
Noshables, dude. Noshables, dude. So cash me at the Costco in Oxnard, yo. We'll have a good time. We'll party over those giant tubs of Jelly Bellies they sell.
Have a good time. Okay.
I think your little experiment has been working out pretty nice, man.
It's been going all right. Been going all right. And again, it's just like the main thing with contrast paints, they're kind of, at least to me, their main purpose is expediency. It just speeds it up so fast comparatively.
Yeah, because you're kind of doing two jobs at once. Which is
and it's like, again, it's not perfect, but it's like if you're looking for a quick paint job, not necessarily like a super crazy good one, it's like, yeah, I mean, they're kind of hard to beat.
Oh yeah,
in that sense. I mean, they're just, again, like I could do this. The chitin I could leave like this, and it's not, great, but it's like it works, and like
it gets you going. Right?
That's
it
the
gets
thing,
you
right?
up and running. You get something kind of cool.
So I think.
So why not?
For Becca. Someone leaving. All right, Panic. We'll see you later, bro.
Panic.
I'm gonna do.
Have a good day, my friend.
Highlights and stuff on the chitin teal. So I'm gonna do. I've left these spikes white because I kind of wanted them to be a different color, but now they'll be teal. Maybe I'll do the little knobbles in teal. I don't really know, but I'm gonna try and keep the spikes, all these like spikes and stuff in here and stuff. I'm probably gonna make those all teal to kind of bring that whole thing together.
Bring it back around.
Okay, so is that all the chitin? I think it is. Okay. Becca said, Mike, those bones look so rad. They are looking good.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked on them.
Yeah. Mike's crushing this one. I think yours is going to look freaking cool, dude.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the encouragement.
Thank you. So now...
You always make me feel better about my painting.
So here's the question. His like little T-Rex arms kind of...
T-Rex arms. Who are you talking about? Oh yeah, I see.
He's got little T-Rex arms.
Pincer claw, yeah.
His little T-Rex arms. He's like... like that. Literally just saw and post on Facebook the Dresden Files co-op card game will be available on the Switch on May 4th. Oh! That's going to make me play the butt end out of that game. I'll tell you right now. If I can play it on the Switch,
hell yeah.
I'll play a ton. Because then it's easy to reset.
Yes!
Oh, quick. Sand, thank you for that information.
I need to set a reminder
we
for that.
owe you
especially
money
if we can play
for that information.
Oh my goodness gracious. That's amazing.
That's a game I'll play digitally. That's a game I'll play digitally. So he's got his little T-Rex arms. His T-Rex arms don't necessarily have like chitin on them, but they're also not necessarily like this tentacle-y stuff. So I don't want to make them like a different color because then they're going to stand out like a sore tum.
Sortum.
I guess I should probably make them the purple. Right? He's got two little arms up here too. Oh, gosh, he's a Quattro T-Rex, a Quattro Rex.
Quad Rex, dude.
Quad Rex, dude. Because he's also got like the kind of soft tissue looking stuff in between the chitin and then like the underbelly here. And that I'm probably going to do in that kind of blue-gray that I want to do. You can pay me back by making sure you check your mail today.
Copy that. Will do.
Is it our P.O. Box?
No, here.
Here, okay, cool.
I wanted to make sure that arrived in the right spot. Oh, snap.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang. I don't know. What if the fleshy bits were teal? See, now you got me. See, I was thinking that too, but now you got me up on this like teal and purple chitin thing. I kind of want to do that. So I think I'm going to do these kind of looks like hardened arm parts. I think I'm going to keep those. You know what I'm going to try? We're going to do this. I'm going to make those the Shayush purple, which is a much darker purple. Because I can always... Because here's my thing. If they're too... Oh, dude, crushing, dude. That's that paint water skills.
Paint water gave me...
Because here's the thing. If it's too dark, the Shayush purple, I'll just highlight it with purple. Yeah. And I'll be able to lighten it back up. Yeah. So the good thing is, it's like at least...
Why not?
Because we're painting... It's kind of hard to go too dark or too light because you can always darken it down or lighten it back up. So it's like, Buddy, I'm all messed up with possibilities. Oh, that blue-gray I can see. Yeah. And I want the kind of blue-gray because the blue then will match the teal and it'll bring the whole color scheme together. So I kind of want that.
Drinking paint.
Crookie said, Dan, those look pretty fire.
Fire.
Mikey's crushing. I love it. So what are all his bones on him?
What all his bones?
Like, are his claw hands bones?
Yeah.
Or do they have armor on them? It's kind of hard to tell.
Really hard to tell.
This guy's kind of hard to tell everything on him.
I think that one is I think
That's a viewer's
because
choice.
like if you look at his feet, like they're kind of this angular. I think that's a judgment call, and I'm gonna go with bone.
Okay.
I think. Although yeah, you could do kind of like this
Is
metal
the, oh, it is.
metal claws.
Thank you. Thank you. So is the battery empty light blinking on the face cam? Probably. We're going to go dark here for a second, fam.
Snap it is, but we can keep on painting. Just watch my hands.
We are in the middle of
paint.
ordering a cord that we could plug into our camera, so the cord is what charges it. But we don't have that right now. So Mike is going to go dark here in a second. Bye, Mikey.
Bye. You'll see my hands, though. That's just my hands. I'm gonna paint this whole skeleton hand arm. I don't know if this is a piece of him or if he just like is carrying an extra arm around to like bludgeon someone with. But I'm down. Regardless.
Either way, soup standard.
Regardless of the conditions of this man.
I'm gonna paint his skeleton hand.
By the way, thank you, Dutch. We meant to remind people, say like, hey, watch out for that thing if you see it. And then we immediately forgot.
If you see something, say something.
Say it. Say it. Sorted. Freaking. That was my favorite British sign I
It
ever
was
saw.
so British.
See it. Say it. Sorted.
Joe, check this look good. Oh, didn't do it here. Hey.
Hey. Oh,
Boy.
Well, now we're frozen.
We're
ain't we?
frozen, hey?
We're frozen, but we look good.
Why?
Or maybe deactivate, reactivate, unless that's what you
Maybe.
just did.
No. I mean. But it's a picture. Is it like on a picture setting? They're not turned on camera.
You might have.
No, it's on camera.
You're on camera, mate.
Why is it on that?
I know, but it's kind of cool. Oh no, sort it.
Sort it. We'll try and sort it, fam.
Trying to sort it.
I do like that one.
It's kind of awesome.
Can't get it to work. We're going to be a still.
It'll be a still life because it still applies to painting. If you say something, say something.
Wave your hand, Mikey.
Hi.
I see.
I'm moving again.
But it's doing that.
Now I'm stopped. What was the difference?
No, look.
I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
moving.
Now we're
I'm
good.
moving. Okay.
Hey!
Hey!
Okay. I don't know. For some reason, I had to change back
I'm
over
so
to
maybe I just froze.
the really liney Elgato one.
And
And then that worked, and I had to turn it back to the one that works. I don't know why.
Knows, man.
Again, this will be a minor thing with the deal for a couple, a week or so. But thank you for checking it out.
If you say something.
Say something.
You just gotta say something, don't you?
Thank you for keeping an eye out for that blinky, because otherwise it would have just shut off. Which would have been funny, honestly. But so yeah, keep it out. We just have put a brand new battery, so we should be fine. But
Should be fine the rest of the way, man.
keep an eye out for it, fam. Because we need you to see something.
If you
something.
see something, listen here. It's a two-step process. First, you see something. Well, then you say something.
See.
All right, so we're gonna do this really dark.
Say it.
This is like just almost like black.
No Signal would be a cool name for a channel. That would be really cool.
No signal.
What's up, we're No Signal. Basically, we unplug our electric guitars and we just play as hard as we can and scream into the void with no microphones. It's pretty cool.
Sounds pretty tight, dude.
It's pretty metal, dude. Metallica really went downhill when they plugged in their guitars. That's our That's our motto.
That's what we've been saying for years, dude.
Freaking sellouts, dude. Plugged in those guitars.
Because the cool thing about all these is like I can like edge highlight all these dark pieces of chitin over here, and it'll look pretty cool. Now in here, this is basically just going to be all like darn near black because it's underneath his underbelly. Frozen 3, Bing Bongs on Ice.
Say it. Say it.
Salted.
Salted, man.
It's salted, mate.
Salted. Salted. Sorted is the most British thing on earth.
Salted.
Sorted. I'll sort it.
Just take care of it. Salted.
I sorted, mate. Don't worry about it.
So this, I think, is going to be too dark, but that's fine. We'll highlight it up and make it all stand out. Yeah.
Excuse me. You said highlight, but I don't understand what you said. What did you say?
Heat.
Healy. Thank you.
I need to heat it.
I'm slowly, and by slowly I mean quite rapidly, erasing the long I sound from my vocabulary and replacing it with the long E.
That is true.
And it makes me laugh.
Feeve Treeps.
Feeve Treebs. It started with Feeve Treebs.
It did start with Feeve Treeps.
Now, if I'm playing Viticulture, I make Weens.
Weens.
When we played Tekenu, I use my Screebs a lot.
That's true. You just screams a lot.
I think I'm broken.
This mic is broken.
But Healy is funny because there's two long I's, so now there's two long E's. So Healy.
That's why Feeve Treeps was funny.
Yeah. It's just maximum bastardization of language. So I'm kind of all over the place with my painting here, but I'm just going to go back to the leg here that I kind of forgot about for a while. And every time I think I'm done with the bone, I see so much more bone.
Dude, right?
So you need to pay attention and maybe do like whole sections at once. Plus these little claw hands.
Hello, Mr. Sea Monster.
Sight.
What are you doing?
Sold it. Oh, that's his spine right there.
Oh, man, I see a spine.
I saw his damn spine, man. Okay.
Oh, lordy. Okay.
There is some vertebrae here.
His vertebrae. All right, so there's his kind of chitinous arms.
His vertebras. This mini is freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
Like
both the minis are freaking tight. I really like that mini.
This sculpt is crazy.
Oh, they're super wild. I really like this sculpts. This one's super cool. That one I really like, though. That one, if you spend a lot of time, you can paint that mini freaking awesome.
Like these individual ribs and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Freaking.
And just all the different stuff on them, like...
Yeah.
It's very busy mini.
Very cool. Very busy mini. Very cool. Super fun.
Somebody said, by the way, if anyone is shopping for a new laptop with decent graphics for content creation and or gaming, shoot me a DM. I just went through the process. Yeah, I know. We were talking about that the other day.
Dude, I mean, fam, real talk, though, it's like that's kind of us. We're sort of in the market.
We're kind of in the market.
We've got a couple other pretty big purchases that we're making right now to kind of upgrade our stuff.
I'm very excited about that one.
On the filming side. But...
So are you really? Yeah, to a degree, Sibbies.
We want to have, at some point, get a laptop that's kind of built for stuff so that we can basically take streams on the road. Not that there is a road to go on, so it's not priority one at the moment because we're not going anywhere. But we don't want to have to stop doing streaming and stuff because we go to a con. It'd be really fun to do stuff from convention. So we would need a laptop that could kind of accommodate.
Because we do it on my laptop.
And it can hang, but it barely doesn't love it. So
it doesn't love it.
It don't love it, man. So we don't want to stress out his Computron. So it's not priority 1, but it's like priority 3, you know.
I'm just gonna I'm grabbing all the grays we have right now, and I'm just gonna kind of test them on my thing here to see which one is. See, I would like to be able to use one straight out of the pot, but I also could mix some blue into it if I want it to be. I want it to be blue gray. Like I want it to be essentially like this color. This is like the exact color I want it to be, like a blue gray, where it's mostly gray, but it's got a lot of blue in there. This, I think, against this purple, especially once I darken down the purple a little bit more and make it more vibrant, because I also may do some purple glazing over the chitin to make it more purple.
Cool.
This, I think, will go against that really well. So I kind of basically want that exact color. Work mean gotta lurk. Bye, Kestrel. BRB. So the one I showed you yesterday is so good so far. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Yeah, it's something that we are definitely in the market for. Ooh, that might be perfect. What is that? It's Griff Charger Gray. Okay. That's kind of got a little bit more green to it, but that's a very... Well, I can see that. That's kind of a very greeny,
that looks really
blue-greeny gray.
That's actually the color I was going to suggest.
Yeah, that's actually not... That might be it. Because that's a very... To me, that's a very sea gray right there.
That's what I was going to say.
This is going to be 2 blue. Yep. That's right. The Basilicanum gray, I think it's just straight up gray.
Yeah, it's pretty straight up gray. So.
But yeah, so that's the... We just want something to be able to... Also, if so, we could do some like basic video editing on. Nothing crazy. But like our metagame minutes don't have anything... Yeah, it's too gray. Our metagame minutes don't have anything fancy in them, but if we could do some like basic video editing on the laptop, that would be freaking killer. Because then we could both... The main thing we deal with right now is we can't both be editing something at the same time because we only have one computer.
That efficiency, though.
Yeah, so it's like... It would be nice. Now, granted, we tend to try to work really efficiently. We're like, Mike will be filming while I'm editing, and then we'll switch. And so we tend to have our days be pretty darn efficient. It's something that we've really worked hard on recently.
The only problem when we start working on it is then you want to optimize everything.
Yeah. So, but it would be nice to... But the main thing is like, it'd be nice for me to be able to stream on a laptop, but also at my place.
Yeah.
But also the main thing is just being able to stream on the road would be killer. All right, fam, we're going for it. Boom. Just no hesitation.
Love it. It's like getting on the top of the high dive, right? Like, if you don't just jump right away, you're going to be there a hot minute.
Yeah, you sure
If you just start, then you realize, hey, it's not that bad.
So now this one I'm definitely going to have to do multiple layers on because this is an incredibly thin paint. But it is going to be the perfect color.
Yeah. Nabar says the new Ryzen 3s will be something to look at real soon for a laptop. Okay, cool. We'll keep an eye on.
Ryzen is an MMA promotion, Mike.
Yeah, you're right.
And who is their main star, Mike?
It is obviously Fedor
Emelianenko?
Yep.
No, it's not. Although he'd probably do stuff from Ryzen.
I'm just surprised I got anywhere close to an actual fighter.
Fedor Emelianenko is like one of the most famous fighters ever.
Yeah, that's why I knew the name was in there somewhere. I was going to go Fedor Sosnin, which is a game designer. So that's where I fell apart. No, who's the main?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay, man, I wanted to find out.
Yeah, they have a couple different stars, but no one.
No particular names of note.
They are probably the second biggest Japanese promotion after one championship. One championship has like legit stars, but
that's another brand. One championship.
Yeah.
These are products, or this is like another like.
This is like this is another UFC.
Okay.
It's like it's a promotion.
Oh, so you said, okay.
I just saw the suction cups at the bottom, the tentacles. How cool! Yeah, they're literally only like right here, here, and then a little bit like under here, but they're very, very, very minimal. To the point where like you could have left them out, but they didn't. I love that. Now here's the best part: the laptop is $1,200, but Amazon had a return unit for $900, which I threw a 3-year warranty on for $100 and stayed at $1K. Yeah, that's pretty metal.
Yeah, you got a good deal, man. Shay Parker.
Oh, Shay. I was gonna text you today, dude.
Yeah, because congrats.
Because
drop
dude,
bing bongs and dangs and
everyone drop any emote that shows absolute jubilation that you can think of. Jubitude. Sorry,
you sounded.
Stupid. I sounded stupid. So drop Jubitude in chat.
Jubitude
for Jubitude Guerrero. That's a wrestler.
Little WCW days, guys.
Juventud Guerrero, everybody. Because
Shay done got himself aligned with Rado.
Kicked him out. That's what he did.
That's so freaking cool, dude.
Dude, Shay, congratulations, dude. You deserve it so freaking hard, dude.
Yeah, because you work so freaking hard. Dude, this is kind of looking dope.
Dude, he looks... Ooh. Actually, see, that Zenithal highlights working with that skeleton one. That is... Look at that shade. And that's how we shade, baby.
Yeah, the Call of Adventure video was awesome. I watched like half of it, and it made me really want to play Call of Adventure again because we played it with you.
That's right.
I was like, damn, I want to play that. Okay.
But seriously, Shay, dude, Freaking congrats, dude.
Bro.
You deserve it so hard. You're just the best in the biz. We've been saying it.
Yep.
I don't care what everyone else thinks.
Oh, it's warp lightning, I think.
And you deserve every freaking ounce of success you're getting, brother.
I'm actually going to be making a video for Sea of Legends X2. Okay, well now it's whoa. Now it's competition.
You need to hire some painters? Is that what you're
saying?
You think
you're going to come for us, bro?
You got that Rado money, dude.
That's pretty cool, dude.
How about you guys use that Rado money to hire some painters?
Yeah, hey.
Because we will paint them subparly.
One of us is really good. The other one
very
messed
Here's the thing.
up.
We'll paint them subparly, but we'll also paint them very slowly.
Very slowly. But we'll make you laugh along the way. That's freaking awesome, man.
Dude, that's so cool.
What's the timeline on that? Is there
God, you're so handsome. Here's the thing about Shay, everyone. If you don't know Shay, Shay's got the best smile in the game. Best smile in all board games.
Best chompers in the biz.
Dude, God, he's got good teeth.
What do you think of that for pants? Is that too crazy? That's too crazy.
That's probably a bit crazy. It's gonna pull.
What do I want? I just don't want to do brown. I don't want to
do brown. I think,
you know what I mean? I got a lot of browns, even though it's probably most accurate. It's like I want to get a little bit of color going in this dude.
This gray wouldn't be bad.
It's just for these tattered bits of pant, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
You could do that green, but like mix it with something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just. Whoa. I would say if you're gonna do like bright colors, do it like on the rough, because then it's gonna draw the eyes up to the face, which is what you want to do. You don't want to draw the eyes to. So
what's something that's crotch. Like a muted thing?
Or maybe you do,
but like obviously I'm gonna do a volupus pink.
It'll be going up on the 5th. God, shit, you're so freaking handsome.
Oh,
God,
that's awesome, man.
Best damn smile.
So basically, what you got to do is you got to watch this stream that you're watching right now. Next Wednesday, you got to watch us complete these minis, and then watch on the 5th. Watch that video that Shay Parker posts.
Because he's just watch it. Watch it for the smile alone, dude.
Watch it for the smile alone.
He's got the best.
Is that an RTFM thing, or is that a Rado?
I guess it is
a Rado Shay collab. I'm feeling it.
A Rache?
If you want to drop these big painted minis off, I could show them and give you a shout out.
I don't think we'll be done at that point. But
maybe we'll see. Hold on, let's see. Let's find out the days.
Well, actually, when would the day be? No,
it'll be the day before.
No, yeah. So we won't be done. We're doing this. We're painting the day after you're doing your video. Boo. Okay, so that is that kind of. It's hard to tell on your end the difference because it's not that thing, but now they have that kind of like underwater green gray. That'll be on Rado's channel. That's what I figured. Yeah. Is it a how to play a playthrough or a preview? That's a good question. So I really like this kind of sea gray. I think it's gonna really bounce well off this purple. And again, I'm gonna do another coat of this purple to brighten it up. And then I also may glaze in some purple because I want the chitin to be bright. I want it to be really bright. I want that to be the thing you're looking at.
This mini is so freaking cool. Like this, I just realized, like, what is that? It's like it says the shirt sleeve like ripped and it's just kind of like flopped out.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Dude, those bones look so good, dude.
Dude, yeah, they look rad. I'm like super stoked on it.
See, Mike's is dude. You the master. Dude, the student becomes the teacher, baby.
Sensei.
Matthew Jude, dang.
Dude.
There's nothing I love more than Matthew Jude rolls in with his own emote because it's just that's how Matthew Jude looks at us all the time anyway.
It's perfect for like when Matthew arrives at a place. He comes in with like oh, what's up?
Dang. Playthrough. Awesome. God, shit, you're so handsome.
That's great.
Okay, so now I'm going to
see if I can having personalized emotes is pretty fancy, Matthew.
It is pretty.
We got emote versions of Matthew, Paula, me, Nick, Dave, and Ilka have one. Basically, all this game is broken has been emoticoned by now at this point.
That is accurate. So I'm putting this gray in here. You won't be able to mostly tell because this is like jet black basically. But
Matei, Jay, what are y'all doing today? What are y'all playing in an hour? Let's get the hype train going. His pant legs is the same thing, so it's like got these things, but it's got bits of pant. Interesting.
So I'm gonna do all his little fleshy bits here in between. I'm gonna do this kind of sea gray again to pull up the color of the tentacles. Plague bearer flesh. I love how much you enjoy Games Workshop names. That's my problem is these are kind of hard to hold.
Pterodon turquoise. Sigor brown. Shyish purple is just cute.
Shyish purple's not bad.
Contrast wildwood. Actually, hang on. Leviathan blue. Creed camo. Magos purple. I can't pronounce that. Militarum green. Arkellian green. Griffhound orange.
See, some of it makes sense though, because like it's Militarum green.
Yeah.
Because there's Astra Militarum is a faction. It's not even just saying like, oh, it's a base off military. It's like, no, it's Astra Militarum, and so it's like, it's just great.
Matthew says mind MGMT or management, which y'all were saying is like, oh, it never even occurred to me that that's a bigger word, but I think it is probably short for management. Mind management, all being well, it's a really fun deduction game. I'm excited.
Yeah, people were telling us about it.
See it, say it.
Sorted,
man.
So again, I'm painting underneath here. None of this will really ever show, but I'm gonna paint it anyway.
It's not gonna show, man.
It's important.
See it, paint it. Paint it.
Port it.
Port it. I don't know what color to do these pants. And I guess whatever I do here, it should be down here as well, because that seems like the tatters have fallen off. But I think that's pant. Or high socks.
High socks.
I could do high socks and have little ponies on them. Paint little ponies.
Paint freehand some ponies on
Let's
this.
see if it's Leviathan blue.
Alrighty, so I got that blue, I think, everywhere. Why did I not put that?
Everywhere.
I need. Where's my shyish pad?
What do you think about something like that for pants? Something really dark blue.
That's good. It'll lighten up a bit. But yeah, that's probably fun.
Because, you know, it's like color, but it's not like color, you know.
Where's my pad?
Shyish pepper's right there, mate.
Oh, thank you.
First time painting. Sweet laddie's kid.
So,
I could do wildwood.
sorry, for some reason, I think I was like, oh, I'm going to paint this different color. Now I'm like, no, that's
Let's try Leviathan blue, and I'll just change my mind if it's horrible.
That's true, Mikey.
Dude, your thing looks so tight.
Dude, my thing looks okay. Yours looks freaking amazing.
Yours is awesome.
I really like this blue-green
Yeah, dude.
gray. I think that's going to look freaking cool down there because it's such a sea color, you know?
Yeah.
Mike's looks so good, though. I am glad that Zenithal Priming is working out because it's doing all the work for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it looks so good like that. Oh, man, I love it. Okay, I think I'm going to do a second coat of this Magos Purple now. And then I'm going to do teal contrast on the spiky bits, but I don't think it's going to work very well. I think I'm going to end up painting those. Just straight painting with normal paint. But I'm going to try using this because I want to get my paint scheme on here and figured out before next week we really start digging into like the highlights and making it look cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. I don't know why I'm shaking that one. So that's gonna be nice too because it's gonna contrast with the lightness of the bone.
Yeah, that's really what I wanted. Is I want something kind of dark, and like I just didn't want another brown since there's like different shades of brown, and
No, totally, I agree.
I was like, but I don't want it to be like crazy colorful. So I'm like, oh, he's wearing blue jeans.
Yeah.
Popular on the high seas was blue jeans. Levi Strauss is the biggest pirate ever.
Everyone knows that, man.
So yeah, I think we're gonna go for it. It'll be kind of cool. I'm into it. Ah.
Okay, so this is looking better already. just having it being so much darker, but not losing any of the contrast, just darkening up the. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. I might even do a third coat by the end of it. We'll see how this one dries out, but that is 2 coats of this was necessary.
2 coats. Come on, Johnny, 2 coats. We should make a little alert, like a little command thing we can do, where every time you have to do a second coat, you can get a Utah. Give me 2.
I'm going to do a second coat. Utah, give it 2. That is 100% what we're going to do when we switch over to our channel.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you can see the difference that 2 coats make. You can see this one down here is that 1 coat, and then this up here is that 2 coats.
So Becca says, okay, I'm heading out. Got chores I want to get done. But I'll
right,
definitely be
Bex.
back Wednesday to watch you guys paint again. Have a good day, everyone. Becca, thank you always for the encouragement and your guidance from the artist's mind.
Quicksand makes a real world point. He said, on that Skelly, I'm confused on how the tops of the boots just stay up. Like, I don't think that's how gravity works. At least I don't think the boots are somehow pointed. They're somehow Velcroed inside.
Yeah, they're strapped real tight. I don't know.
That's such a good point.
There's some inconsistencies here. This guy's a little weird. That's fair to say. Also here it's like this. I mean, this what we caught is a moment in time where I think maybe a cannon blast just went off and everything went kapoosh. Because if you think about this, like this is a shirt, but it's just defying gravity. Like it would flop all the way over, but it's sticking straight out. So I think this is a moment in time that we're capturing here. Real action shot.
Real action.
There's more belts underneath that you can't see. This guy's lousy with belts.
The guy loves his belts, man.
Loves his belts.
He's a 4 belt kind of gal.
Yeah. Every time you ask about it, he's like, I just need that many notches in this belt because I killed so much. Yeah. It's pretty great.
Alright, so this second coat of purple is looking real good. I'm actually really happy with that. Sea of Legends.
Legends of the Sea.
Shay, are you still there?
Shay Bay. Shaybert. I freaking miss you, dude. If you are
Yeah,
there.
I freaking miss
Even if you're not here, I don't mind telling you folks that I miss Shay.
I don't mind telling
Watch his
you.
video yesterday. I was like, man, I don't hang out there.
I sometimes watch his video and answer him when he's talking, and just so it feels like I'm with him. Say, hey guys, how you doing? I'm good, Shay. How are you? I do like
Shay,
that.
thanks for asking. I really appreciate it. I'm good. But he's kind of talks over you, so you gotta be quick. So he'll talk over you, and you'll be like, geez, Shay.
Yeesh.
Never can wait. It's all about you.
Yeah, so who's your Jen? Because Rod, when he does playthroughs, he always plays for him and Jen, but Jen's not actually playing. So he goes, and Jen's going to do, and he does that. Who's your Jen? Is it Nick? Who's your Jen?
Is it Nick, or is
Or do you have your own thing?
Or is it your actual fiance?
Is it your fiance?
That's why Rod.
I just assume she wouldn't want to be, you know.
Oh! What?
B-whoop! B-whoop!
What?
Thanks for the sub, B-whoop. I don't know if you're watching here on GenCon, but thanks for the sub.
Hey,
Just let you know.
anytime is a good time to sub up, folks.
If you sub, you think, oh yeah, we got all new alerts, baby. For follows, for cheers, for subs. We have one for gifted subs. We have a new one for donations. And yeah, they all have weird, obscure references to different movies that we love.
Yeah, it's a real. You get a real piece of Murph when you do.
There's
stuff.
2 with Tremors. Tremors was in that one.
Yeah,
and it's great.
the thing I'm kind of digging on this.
What you digging on this, Mike?
Is that, I mean, we'll see how it dries, but this is drying pretty dark, like dark blue.
Yeah.
Which is great, but it's kind of like as if he just came out of the water. He's got wet jeans.
Ooh.
So you know how jeans get real wet and heavy?
They get well wet and heavy. Yeah, that's a good point. Like you could have it
It's
be
kind of like dripping almost. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It's a story I'm telling with this mini. Thanks for subbing up, B-Whoop. We appreciate you.
Yes, B-Whoop. How you doing, bro?
Yeah.
So I keep getting stuck late at work. Those are looking cool. Thanks, B-Whoop. I'm sorry you keep getting stuck late at work.
I guess it's lucky
no
that
more.
you have work to get stuck at late. Like, right? Like, that's better than, like, well, I don't have work right now.
See y'all later.
So
it's the only thing with contrast paints. They like each other. So because they're essentially washes.
They do like to bleed together.
Yeah, so you gotta be careful
and stuff. Yeah,
especially if you have two wet ones. It's like, man, you're gonna struggle bussing if. Okay.
Shay says, so I'm actually going to have Nick in the video with me when this quarantine is over. I'll get you folks to come guest sometime. I haven't had to play a multiplayer game solo yet, so I'm not sure how to handle that.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying that whichever name you go with, either Nick or Rico's going to be upset. Someone's going to be mad.
That's true. Because I'll be upset if it's the other Nick. So,
well, obviously, yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, really, if you establish Nick as a person, like other Nick, you could just do it the same way. Because people know who Jen is, but Jen's very, very seldomly on a video. So it's like, you can just do it like that. Oh, this is Nick. And people at that point will know. Or you can get a Japanese blow-up doll modeled after Nick to sit beside you. I maintain you should get a cardboard cutout because I think it'd be funny if Nick's just always in the background. Just like... It's like, and then Nick's gonna do this. I think that'd be really funny.
What do you think of that move, Nick? He's just going.
You're like, thanks, Nick, for the confidence. That could actually be really funny.
Appreciate you,
bye. Okay. See, one of the contrast paints is contrast paints on smooth surfaces get kind of blotchy. Which is my only beef intude with them.
Yeah, you gotta paint them up.
Yeah, because this
careful.
The tentacles are kind of splotchy. They look okay, but they're kind of splotchy. But I'm loving the color.
Are you tentacle shaming, Nick?
I'm tentacle shaming a little bit here, Mike. Just a bit.
Oh boy, you heard it here, folks.
I'm not against the lifestyle.
Tentacle shaming.
Tentacle shaming.
Wow.
It's not the worst plan. Honestly, I think cardboard cutout would be really funny. Then you would also just have a cardboard cutout of Nick that you could use for various different things.
He's fantastic.
Okay. So now... What to do... I don't really want to try these spikes yet because I want that Magos Purple to dry. I don't know. We're going good. That does look pretty good. I like that. It is like a very dark blue.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I think it works. I'm into it.
And see, he's like wrapped up on a bunch of these rocks. Like his little pedestal still thing here is like a big rock. So that's interesting. I am gonna try this out. A cardboard cut would be so useful. Racking focus when you're filming by yourself is a pain. That's a very good point, actually.
Word.
That's a really good point. Just for focus, like, Nick, stand in. Okay, buddy.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah, we always have each other focus the other one because, like, hey, Meeple Conrad, what's up? I saw I missed my notification. Oh, you good, bro?
It's all good. How you doing today? How's the library treating you?
Have you guys played this? Nah, we haven't played it. We're just we were just sent the minis.
They don't trust us with the full game,
which is fair. We would have destroyed it.
Yep.
So I decided on a whim that I'm gonna do these tentacles, his like mouth tentacles. I'm gonna do these
mouthicles, please.
Mouthicles. Sorry, thank you, Mikey, for the correct terminology. I'm gonna do his mouthicles here. In that teal, that way it'll match his coloring on the chitin. I color the chitin.
Take the chitin.
Alrighty. So that's a quick little slap of color.
I'm gonna whack it on there.
Gotta whack it on. Whack on a bit of color. So also a very British thing to say. Very British, very Australian as well. I think it has teeth right here. I don't know if he has eyes, though. Maybe it's one of those ones that's so deep in the water, he doesn't even need them.
Ugh, terrifying.
Okay, that teal will work. I'm going to do a second coat of this, but I think I may end up just having to straight paint the teal on.
Straight paint that too.
But
Crook, what are you up to? How's work, buddy?
Did that link come through? It looks like it did. Have you guys played in David's campaign yet? I thought you were going to jump in for a session or two. David? Who? What?
Tall David.
Tall David? No.
You're going to jump into his D&D campaign?
Oh, yeah, no, not yet. What does gameplay look like? Liking the tentacles coloring? Thank you. I actually don't know. Nick will be excited, Shay. You know it.
I mean, think about what a great moment it'd be. The first time he comes home, and you're like, what? That'd be pretty cool.
I really want to play that Lord of the Rings game again when we can actually meet up. Yeah, the
Dude, I've been wanting to play Journeys to Middle Earth real badly.
Yeah, but we've been holding off because we want to play with you and David. All right, I'm going to do another coat of this, what was it? Griff Chaja Gray, which is the kind of sea gray that's down here.
Get hyped. Sea Legends live on the 5th.
Get hyped. Hey, everybody, get hyped for Sea of Legends. Welcome to Murph Radio.
Both of us have vocal fry.
This is from years of smoking and cocaine. Coming at you.
We took the cocaine and we smoked it.
It was inadvisable.
Inadvisable and also ineffective.
It did not get us hyped up at all. But it did make me sound like this, which allowed me to get this job. So thank you.
Alright, cool. I think it's plenty of blue. Oh, I just immediately found a spot I missed. Dang it. Is your whole life just finding spots you missed?
Yes. Like, yes.
No, I lost it. Oh god, where are you? There you are.
Yeah, dude. Or a spot that I accidentally hit with a different color at some point in the mini, and I have no idea when I did it.
When was
Like,
this?
there's a red
mistake
spot
made?
on this. I'm like, oh gosh.
Is this a speed painting thing? Chan, hello, and
More or less, yeah. We only have 2 streams to do these minis in,
and we won't going.
Yeah, we won't finish them completely. There's not really like we have to be finished by that point, but we want to be finished by that point because we're only doing it for 2 weeks. So it is Speed E, which is why we did a Zenithal Priming, and we're using contrast paints because we want the kind of shading, as much of the shading to be done for us as possible.
So Shay says, I think about Nick. Nick had a mask that was made after his own face. It was made for a film he was in, LA. And it's the creepiest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
If you could put on something that looks sort of like the person, but obviously very not the person, that's terrifying. That's the Uncanny Valley right there. You're like,
The worst thing
getting into
ever.
some lizard brain stuff here. I don't like that.
I like that. I don't approve of that.
I don't approve of that, man. So is that not hip bone then? I wonder. Must be.
You decide, Mike.
It's hip bone, baby.
Is it hip bone?
Is it hip bone? Welcome to the new hot game. Is it a hip bone?
Will it hip bone?
Will it hip bone, bits?
It's like those Good Mythical Morning. Will it easy bake? Just
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, part of me loves those things. Part of me hates it.
I know.
Part of me just wishes I thought of it first. Like, damn it.
Like, God.
Will it easy bake? I was like, that's a great idea.
That's a good idea.
I think I even are they doing that for real?
Yeah.
Dude, I had that idea like a year ago. Remember I was saying?
Yeah, I remember you were telling me about it, yeah.
Just shows that my ideas are good mythical morning good.
That's true.
I didn't enact it. Now they did, so now I can't take. Oh, there's a whole head here. There's a whole shrunken skull right here. Didn't even see it. There's so much to explore in these minis.
There's so much to explore.
Dang, wow.
All right, so there's a second coat of that kind of gray-green.
Ooh, that's looking pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking that. You liking that?
Yeah, it's going out all right.
Y'all ready for this? Bring it on, folks. Did you watch it? You guys check this film out? Bring it on. Pretty
It's so good, dude.
Don't sleep on Bring It On, y'all.
Don't be sleeping on it,
Don't
man.
sleep on it. See it now.
See it today in theaters.
See it today. It's 2001 or whatever that was.
Sure, nothing is dated in that movie. Oh, The Clash? It's a punk rock band. I'm like, okay.
Okay, cool guy in this movie.
Everyone in there is the richest person ever. Their houses are
Everyone
insane.
has a lot of money.
Everyone has
Problems that aren't problems because they have I got money problems that are not real.
It's like Clueless, except for Clueless, everyone
That's
knows
the
they're
point.
super rich,
Yeah.
and that's the whole point of the thing.
So the point is, it points out their.
It's literally like, let's take out all the commentary about being rich and just make it about cheerleading instead.
Just make it about cheerleading, but they just happen to be real well off.
Just
They don't
so
ever talk about
stupid
it,
wealthy.
but everyone like just sort of is killing it. To the point where like Les Doucheku's just like, I'm gonna be a smoker and whatnot and be rebel. And I'm like, girl, your college already paid for. What you talking about? All right.
Bring it on, great movie. Love
Bring it on, it's fantastic.
Alrighty. Painting
So
up some
far, the
minis.
only time the Zenithal Priming is getting in the way is if it's black, it just doesn't look painted. I mean, I've gone over these ribs, and it just doesn't look like it's painted. And I don't know if it's going to matter at the end of the day.
Here's the thing, it will matter a little bit, but here's the thing, that's why we'll go in with paint later.
Yeah,
and we'll just paint it a very
touch.
dark brown. Yeah, and that way you can
So
see that
it
it's
looks
there.
like it's painted, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not, doesn't draw. I don't want to make it all of a sudden the focal point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shay Parker says the story has also changed depending on the factions, lovers, allies you play with. I mean all the NPC stuff seems really interesting for this. This seems Shay, you might have to take us through this someday, pal.
Yeah, it seems really cool. It seems very cool.
Crook over here said like he likes that it's one and done better because there's never time for campaigns. Listen, pal.
Dude,
We're gonna get through Rise of Fenris eventually. We'll get into more Journeys to Middle Earth eventually. What's your rush?
what's your rush, dude? Why are you so scared? Taking things slow, dude.
Silver says, Morcom, I heard that Rado Mini-Me is going to make an awesome one. And Jay Barker says, oh, Lord, I hope that nickname doesn't stick. Yeah, Rado introduced you as his Mini-Me on the first YouTube video. I like Shay Rado Parker. That's what Steve came up with.
Yeah,
So
Shay
like your middle
Rado
name is
Parker.
now Rado, and as a parenthesis, Shay Rado Parker. I like that.
It's great.
I just call you Shay Bay or Shaybert, like Sherbert, Shaybert.
Shaybert.
That's how we do it.
Okay.
That's how we do it here.
Shay.
Shrado. His name is Shrado. Like a nerdy shredder. Shrado. Okay. Yes, he's got some badass blue jeans. Into that.
Yeah, he's just got dark blue jeans.
Don't mind it. Now, what about for this?
That's part of his shirt. So whenever you're gonna paint
it's a
like
shirt,
this,
and then this little bit, and then what? And then this.
so his shirt can probably be more colorful.
I don't know about this though. This just sort of looks like a rough. I think I should make that a different thing. Shirt can be more colorful, you said. So what color?
I would say. I mean, it's up to you. Because shirts, pirates tend to have pretty colorful shirts. You know, they have like red shirts or pink shirts. I mean, they could really be anything. What's up,
It could
Darth?
be a red shirt. It could be a red shirt. Never let you see if he's bleeding.
Quarantine has given me the opportunity to get through the backlog of solo campaigns.
You know what I'm gonna do here? This little texture bit. I'm gonna make that another damn belt. God bless.
I started streaming Arkham Horror LCG to friends on Discord. That's cool.
That's really cool. Shrado shruns through. That's good. I see no problem with that.
Nothing.
I think you are Shrado now.
You are Shrado. He is Shrado.
Shrado. Let's get another belt right there.
So I'm gonna make a glaze right now.
I'm gonna make a glaze.
I'm gonna glaze it. Cause and usually I make my glazes really, really thin. I'm actually not gonna thin this one down quite as much because we already have the Zenithal highlights, so I'm okay with it covering more than it usually does because it'll still show through.
Exhausting. Is this just still... Do you think I could get in here and, like, kind of stir that up?
Huh? Probably.
I can get in there with the brush. Be like a burnt orange shirt.
You do that. Burnt orange would be cool.
Maybe about that color. I don't know how it'll dry. If it'll dry, because it is a yellow, so I don't know if it'll dry closer to yellow then, or what. Could also do Blood Angels red. Frequent Beef, hello, good morning. Says y'all made a lot of good progress on the minis already. Yeah, we're doing contrast
trying to
paints.
go quick.
To make it a little quicker.
Weeks,
so we're trying to get kind of a base down this week, and then we can highlight it up next week and really make it pop.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're cooking along pretty good. We got this kind of darker priming, and we'll have to do some actual painting in with non-contrast paints as well. But so far, so good. I want to get the hype train going. Bam. So I'm trying to figure out. There's a bit of shirt here. I'm trying to figure out how to. What direction to go here? Got a little bit of indecision setting in.
All right, so that's better. That's what we're looking for. All right, Shay Bay. We'll see you later, Marie.
Hi, Shay Bear. Shay Baby. Shay Baby. Shay Baby. Shay Baby.
So I've been watching a lot of tutorials on about contrast paints and using that exact way. Get a base coat down and then highlight up from that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's certain, we've kind of discovered with some of the Zenithal highlights Nick has done, or priming, there's certain times where, like, it really works, and other times where it's just too thin. It doesn't quite show up enough. So it's, it's a tool. It's a tool.
Well, my thing is, a lot of times they just don't cover very evenly.
Yeah, so maybe if
depending
on what it is, you might need
my
that
big
really
issue
smooth.
with them is, like, there's a lot of disparity between contrast paints. Some are pretty opaque. Some are incredibly transparent. And now that you deal with that with paints in general, but, like, you basically have to just know, oh, this one is a more opaque one. There's no way to know that aside from just trying them all.
Sure.
Like this purple here, I've had to do 2 coats. I'm going to do a 3rd coat because it's still coming out kind of pastel-like. And then across smooth surfaces, and this is also the problem of normal paints as well, like these tentacles down here, they just go on kind of splotchy, which is the whole point of a wash is the same thing. It's like washes also go on splotchy, but they are very, very cool. So I don't know if you saw the picture, Derek, but that we posted on Twitter, but we did a Zenithal Prime beforehand. So we kind of pre-shaded them through priming, and now we're using the contrast paints on it. And especially this guy is not showing through too much, but on Mike's particularly with like the bones and stuff and the belts,
yeah,
it shows through so well. So that's a cool thing. Doing like a Zenithal Prime and then using like light browns like that skeleton color, it's like, man, that works real well. Real well.
Yeah. It's real great.
So, okay, so I'm going to start painting in these spikes with Becca's chosen color.
Oh, yeah.
Teal. And again, next week we're going to kind of go through, this is more or less just the first coat. We're going to go through and refine stuff and make it look cooler.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be it.
But after we finish today, straight away, Paula and Matthew, I lost my thought, are going to be streaming right here, so you don't need to go anywhere. And in fact, if you just sit there, a new show will begin right in front of your eyes.
A new, crazy, good, amazing, controversial,
I dare say. So you're going to check out This Game Gets Dicey right after us, folks. Do stick around for that.
Please. They're playing a cool social deduction game. We've seen the two of them, which should be super interesting. Oh yeah, that blue. Ooh, that blue's gonna look good. Yeah, Becca was right. That blue and purple, that teal and purple is gonna look real cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real cool.
Yeah, that's gonna look good.
Cool. Oh, okay. Apollo Methods said they sort out the problem, tech problems with mind management or mind MGMT. Because I see how that looks digitally. Yeah, same. I'm glad that they're able to get sorted out. Sorted, mate. As Crook says, and it's true, down with the Brits. Never forget.
Yeah, exactly.
Never forget.
Alrighty. So we are pumped, yeah. I'm pumped for you, Poola.
Paula. Paula damn dimming, everybody.
Gosh darn damn it.
Okay. This person's got layers on layers. This is actually kind of fun to play with the layers.
Yeah, he's got, that's
See,
why I was like,
this
he's got so much stuff.
That would be here. It's really
This dude's pretty simple. Ultimately, like he's got not much going on. I mean, he's got a ton going on because he's a big old sea monster guy. But in terms of like different stuff, he's mostly either this kind of like hard plating, tentacles, or squishy bits, and that's about it.
right.
No.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay. Darth, any plans to clear coat the Kraken? I have used it to give it a wet appearance. I might. We honestly could do that with both these. We'll use, if we do that, we'll use something called Ard Coat, which is essentially just it's a gloss varnish is all it is. You could use any gloss varnish. I just happen to have Ard Coat. Yeah, you have a gloss varnish which makes it shiny, which makes it look wet. Or just have a shiny surface. So like in Rum and Bones, I always Ard Coat their boots because their boots are that kind of black, shiny leather that pirates usually have. And so therefore it just gives it that kind of cool look. We may. But the thing is, like, I don't know if I wouldn't want to make the whole thing gloss because then it would just look like it has a gloss varnish on it. With that kind of stuff, it tends to work selectively. And I don't know, like, if any part of this dude's wet, or this gal, if any part of this gal is wet, presumably the rest of her would be wet as well. So it's like, I couldn't make like just the tentacles with the gloss varnish and then leave the kite and not. I think it would look weird like that. So I don't think we're going to gloss varnish these. We'll see. It's possible. But I don't know. And I just don't know how well it would work. Because I use that exact same technique, Dearth, of gloss varnishing stuff to make it look wet. And it works very well. It's very cool.
No heart shark, hello.
Was that no heart?
When you paint, do you ever use a guide? Like in Zombicide, maybe, I don't know. Would you use the character card as a reference or just do your own thing? You tend to go your own way.
No, I usually actively don't use the character card because I'm like, I want to do my own thing. And I almost always deliberately choose to not paint it like the card art. Unless there's a reason why I would need to. Like for, if I was painting it for someone or for some reason, like I wouldn't paint like Darth Vader, like green, so it's like.
So it's case by case then.
Yeah, it's case by case, but for the most part, even if it's a character that's like relatively well known, I'll still usually just paint it however I want. When we were painting Journeys to Middle Earth, like I gave Gimli like bronze armor. Gimli doesn't wear bronze armor, but like I put him in bronze armor because I wanted to. And so it's like I generally just paint stuff however I want. Because I don't know. That's my own thing with that. I'm always kind of like, nah, I want to do it my own way.
Lime green C3PO.
Got it. Because to me,
why not?
A lot of the fun of painting is deciding the color scheme. So having it decided for me takes a lot of the fun out of mini painting for me, personally.
Sure.
So if I'm just following card art, to me, not that like I'm just like tracing, but it kind of feels that way to me. This is not saying that like if you do this is wrong. It's just this is the way it is in my head.
Preference.
Yeah, and so like, so it's one of those things to me like that takes out the creativity of it for me, and so I actively don't do that. But as Connor said, it's mini paint by numbers. Yeah, it is a paint by numbers. I think you should follow the card art because it takes away, especially if you're newer, because it takes away the stress of, oh God, what do I paint this? What do I paint this? What do I paint this? Paint it how it looks. Paint exactly like that. But so it just it kind of depends. But usually I do my own thing because I get all like about it. So that's fair. I glossed the eyes of the Kraken from Dead Men Tell No Tales. It looks pretty good. The Xenomorphs from Nemesis are completely glossed because Alien. Yeah, that makes sense. And this gal, rather, it would make sense if she was completely glossed, because if she is a water monster, it would make sense that she would be wet because she's a water monster. On doing the eyes is a really good idea. She doesn't really have eyes that I can see. What I might do is these front tentacles. I might do those.
That'd be cool.
Because those, they're coming out of her mouth. So...
be creepy. If you painted Darth Vader green, we couldn't be friends. That's great.
Well, here's the thing. I probably would put green and blue in it, but it's because black is almost never black. Black, everything you're looking at is not black. Everything you're looking at is purple,
dark,
blue, green,
dark,
browns. Like, look at a black. But the thing is, one of the big issues of mini painting, one of the hardest things to do is like, how do you paint stuff, especially something like black or white? How do you paint them so they still read as black, but they're not just flat black? Because you need to make them... Because the problem, especially with highlighting black, you would highlight up with gray. But the problem is the second you go more than like one or two highlights, it starts reading as gray, not as black.
Yeah.
So you have to highlight with like blues and purples and greens and all these things because then it'll still read. So it's like, that's one of the biggest issues is trying to get things to read as like black and white with highlights and lowlights. And it's very difficult to do.
Okay. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Chris says, I'm just going to start bringing my minis over and say, yeah, this was at your door sent by X company that said just to paint it.
Just to paint it and they'll pay you later.
Yeah, but probably should get on that, paint it.
You should probably paint that. All right, I'm going to try and do one more coat.
We can get that Vanta Black mini paint.
Who?
Vanta Black?
I don't know what Vanta Black is. What's Vanta Black?
I guess it's like, I don't see any, I think it's like the super...
Oh, it's like the void
I don't
black.
see anything, just nothingness.
Yeah.
Just here and you're like,
Yeah, it reflects no light. Yeah, it's like, that black is crazy.
It'd be creepy.
I actually did buy some blackest black and pinkest pink paint mixes. Yeah. Supposedly too black to handle.
Too black to handle.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. But at the same time, then you have like all these different things where it's like...
What if it creates
like
a little
stuff
mini
that's
black hole?
glossy looks darker than stuff that's matte. So if you painted a really, really, really matte black and then put gloss over it, it'll look darker. So a lot of people, what they do is like Citadel paints tend to be satin, which means they're kind of a midway between glossy and matte. Okay. They always have a little bit of shine to them.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will do is they'll paint with like scale 75 paints, which are super matte, like crazy matte. Like you can't get a freaking highlight. You can't get a light to bounce off them at all, which is very nice because it gives you complete control over your paints.
Yeah.
But what they'll probably, a lot of people will do is like if they have a black black underneath, they'll paint it with like an Abaddon black because it'll have a little bit of a shine to it, which means it'll look black. It'll look darker than if you had a matte black in there. And so there's all this different stuff. It just gets wild, man. Like,
and the pink is so pink, video cameras can't pick it up properly. Cool. That's awesome.
that is pretty cool.
just freaks it out. It's just like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. All right.
So we got about 5 minutes. I'm trying to put wag on another last coat here of this Magos Purple. This is 3 coats. I am kind of to the point where I'm like, I don't know.
It looks pretty freaking cool, man.
It does, but like I think I've kind of undid the Zenithal Priming, at least with the purple here. Because I had to put on so many coats. Yeah. Oh. Which is fine.
Look, I think it looks good, whatever. I mean, maybe if you did that, I think it still looks really good.
Yeah, they looks fine, honestly, so.
What to make these different ruffs? It's kind of got 3 little poofies of a sort.
See, that's the question.
Underneath that should just be red shirts. Decisions. I guess I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw that in there, then next week I'll see if I still like that or if I hate it, and I'll change it.
There you go.
So yeah, we are going to be continuing to paint these next week, friends, which will be when the actual campaign for this game is live.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to go and check out that campaign, and we're going to just build up some hype, yo. Get it popping in here.
And I don't know.
Highlight these things. Get them.
Derek, you might know. Is there a way for them to embed this stream on their Kickstarter page, at least for that day? I don't know if that's something you can do, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, so you can watch it from the Kickstarter page
yeah.
as we paint. Yeah.
That'd be cool. I don't know how we do that, but that'd be cool.
That'd be rad.
That'd be cool. Yeah, so this was very cool. These are obviously the biggest minis we've ever painted on this channel. How do you feel, Mikey, with the size of the minis?
Well, one thing I just said is I completely missed. One thing that's nice is you're not doing so much like...
Yeah, that is very true.
You know, like I have a little bit more room to... I can be a little bit sloppier and it won't matter because I just have much bigger surfaces to paint. So, like, that's kind of awesome. It's really fun. I mean, like, this guy is... I love all the different stuff. It's just really fun to, like, oh, that's a belt, that's a belt, that's a belt, that can be a belt. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this thing and figure out the layers. And, like, now, I'm putting in between the bits of rough, I'm putting the red. So the red shirt will be basically underneath that, and then I'll do some sort of color. And I've got these 3 different roughs. So do they all match? Are they going to be different? You know, there's just, like, lots of stuff to play with on this one.
Yeah.
It's been really cool. It's been
awesome.
Really neat. Yeah. Been enjoying it, man. Been really enjoying it. And yeah, the fact it's super big is just kind of cool. Like, it's just so different, you know? I mean, with everything that we've done during these painting streams, it's cool to do such different types of projects. It's sort of stretching.
Yeah, and that's kind of the whole point. It's like I want to introduce you to a ton of different stuff. And then once we... Again, so if you didn't know, we're only doing one more stream with Gen Con for the mini painting. Our normal streams are on Mondays. Yeah. And then we'll be switching over to our channel. And we'll kind of continue doing the same thing. We'll end up doing the... thank you, people coming. I'll check that right after this. We're going to end up doing the same thing, but like we're going to... I want to start doing some basing. I want to start doing some... Yeah, I basically want to introduce you to as much different stuff as we possibly can.
Dude, that's how you grow, right? I mean, I really...
So they can embed a stream. Yeah, we have this embedded on our Gen Con homepage now. Not sure how easy Kickstarter project pages are to update, though. Yeah, I don't know. It'd just be cool. But if you can, great. If not, no worries. Just it would get more eyes on the Kickstarters.
On the prize.
Yeah, that's just trying to get Sea of Legends because they were so nice to send us these minis, which are super cool.
Yeah, really fun.
All right, so this is where I got today. Not too far, but I got basically the entire base coat done. So next week, we're going to have to kind of figure out... Yeah, see, I probably shouldn't have put on that 3rd coat. Now the chitin is really dark. But that's okay. We'll highlight it up. We can also provide them with the video so they can repurpose it. Yeah. So... So we got kind of this kind of really sea blue-green down here. Very watery, under the sea type blue-green that I really, really like.
Under the sea.
And then again, we got, as Becca asked for, we have purple chitin with teal accents. So we got the teal spikes. And I'm going to go through and add more, but I'm going to do it with like paint next week with it. And yeah, and so... I think it's looking pretty darn cool. Mike's is looking freaking amazing. But yeah, so it's coming all right. So
Boom.
next week, with the last week with these again, we'll try to get as far as we can. I don't think we're going to finish them just because
I think we're getting underway though. You know,
we're getting underway.
I mean,
yours looks so good.
thanks, man. Yeah, I'm really like, pretty stoked.
I'm so stoked on how well the
contrast paints have worked out nicely on it. They really
yeah,
have.
on yours they really have. God, with the bones particularly, they look so good.
Yeah, it's done a lot of the Zenithal highlights. Priming rather that Nick did really did a lot of work for me because I was just, as I was saying, with like the leather belts and the bone, I wasn't changing what I was doing. I was just painting the same amount of paint with the same way, but just the
and
the
red
different
in
thing
between
underneath
all
it
that,
kind of
that
took-
looks cool.
yeah.
Oh, you did it in
Red
between
shirt.
poofs too. Oh, it's great.
and I'll do the poof will be something different, but that's just like the idea of like
and
here's
see,
a
like
shirt
this is your
underneath
red in here, but it's like so much darker because
and the red's opaque enough that it still shows. So
yeah,
that's nice.
this red is really opaque, but it still doesn't. Is like what's nice. I wish they were all maybe slightly less opaque, but basically that opaque.
Yeah,
Because
Get some
then
good
with
coverage still.
Zenithal Priming and that, you could really more or less just do that, and it'd be freaking cool. Yeah, these look great. Mike is crushing it, absolutely crushing. I mean, this guy looks so. I'm so pumped with how the belts and especially the skeleton stuff turned out. And then the nice thing is like, okay, I want to highlight this little thing in here. Okay, do a quick little edge highlight with some red, and you can make it stand out a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly. So they'll definitely do some of that, and then I'll get all this bits and stuff. All the armor will be with silver, so that won't be obviously contrast paints.
Yeah.
Or whatever I go with the armor, and then I'll just have to do the roughs,
And
3
his boots,
roughs, and then
right?
pretty much, and then the boots I got to figure out. Yeah, I'll probably kind of do like standard.
I'd probably use like Black Templar.
Yeah,
Because
black.
it's a bit transparent, and so the Zenithal stuff will still show through.
And
But
then
they'll be
like a little bit
mostly
of
just
armor
black.
on top of that.
Yeah.
There's like a strap's worth, and then so I mean like I'm pretty underway. Then
Yeah,
it'll be
Mike
kind of
crushing
stuff.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
contrast paints did really good on that one.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, cool.
But yeah, so do join us next Wednesday for the continuation of these minis. Check out the Sea Legends campaign, which will be live by that point. And do stick around because Matthew Jude, who just popped in, said that was awesome. And Conrad, thank you everyone for your sweet words about these minis. Stick around as they play Mind MGMT or Mind Management, which is a deduction game.
Yeah.
Paula V. Matei J.
Yeah.
Matthew Jude. And then, So thank you so much for joining us, folks. We will see you on Monday. We'll be live on GenCon again. And check out everyone else's GenCon shows. They have schedules and stuff. They do stuff all week long. So check it all out. And as Matthew Jude and Paula Deming says, stick around and hang out with us. Because they're going to be starting up directly after
Right
us.
now, we're gonna get out of you guys'
don't go
hair.
anywhere. All right, bye.
All right, buddy. Bye.